Well, hi. Um, Tonight, we're going to continue with a little discussion about Ephesians 6:13 to 15 and a way to meditate on that. If you remember last night, we took this piece of it, for our struggle is not against enemies of blood and flesh. It goes on with a little section about taking up the whole armor of God and a little bit about what that is, and finishes with what you need to do, proclaiming the gospel of peace. And if you remember, we talked about the idea that when Paul talks about principalities and powers, talking about naming the present darkness. And so the name for that in this time is racism and its effects. One of those things that cause us not to treat people as brothers and sisters in the Lord first and foremost. Where does that come from? It comes from outside and gets in. And so tonight we're going to talk a little bit about what we need to do when we say you're going to put on the armor of Christ, through prayer, through a centered life, through an ego free vision. Why? So that you can live out of a truthful place and act in a righteous place. What happens to us in Catholic thought? We talk about original sin, removed in baptism, but its effects still there. You know? On the human level, we talk about things coming out of energies that are broken, energies like anxiety, fear, anger. These energies are in us. They don't have any sin contest. They're kind of like concupiscence. They're kind of like the effects of original sin. They're in there. And when they're driving the ship, we can't act out of a place of truth. And so, one of those things that we have to do is learn to live in a centered life. And so, tonight, what I'd ask you to meditate on for the 4 minutes is a question: is like, what's the dominant energy in your life when you mess up? What's really going on there? Is it coming out of anxiety? Is it coming out of fear? Is it coming out of anger? Where's it coming from? And again, we'll do that using this piece. Therefore, take up the whole armor of God, so that you'll be able to withstand that evil day. So that you can confront racism when you have to. Stand therefore and fasten the belt of truth around your waist. Well, you can't do that until you've cleared the space. So that's what this is for tonight. It's kind of think of and then meditate on, ask questions about what is it that holds me in that space. So away we go for a while. What is it that won't let you be free? Is it anxiety? Is it fear? Is it anger? Name it as best you can and sit with it as your truth. So there's where we're at. You know what you named. You need to explore that more deeply. If it troubles you terribly, you should talk to somebody professional about those things. Wounds get healed by grace, but managing the healing takes company. So don't be afraid to do that at NU counseling centers, in campus ministry. There are places you can go to begin the conversation with people who will know if they're the right conversation partner or not, or you need somebody else. So we'll move on to the third part tomorrow night, um, which is the part that has to do with how do you move from this to action? How do you get from naming what's the darkness to naming what's keeping you from truth and righteousness and to getting closer to that? You don't have to wait till everything's all in order to do something about confronting the present darkness, for sure. Um, but to make a resolution in your life about how peace is going to be built because of your action, peace inside yourself, peace with those around you, peace in the larger community and the world, and then peace and right relationship with all of God's creation. Have a wonderful night. I hope this left you a bit more peaceful. Good night.